everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the NFL's all-time passing leader.
Coach, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to lead out the Saints. Last year, of course, another big one for number 9. Set the all-time passing yards mark, moving past Peyton Manning. Finished second in the MVP balloting and led the Saints to within a whisker of their first Super Bowl berth since 2010. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Brees. This is caught by Ginn. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Brees. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles are usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, 12 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. A first carry now from Marshawn Lynch. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Good. Watch the run. Hey, check Mike 47.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game too. Throw left side complete. That's Carson. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right here, right here. Begin.
Now a give, right side. It's Carson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. In your face.
From the 29, Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
Well, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Only a yard that time. Second. Goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
I got you. I got you.
Now Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Ready? 5-9.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready? Yellow lady.
second down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
This will be fielded at the 8. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really got clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw left side, complete. It's Carson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Wilson. Open man is Gordon. Complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Screen 80. Check mark 47. Alert, 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 alert. You better breathe. You lost all. You better breathe. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, check, 47. And watch the delay.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson is complete to Lockett. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey. 47.
To throw again is Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for DK Metcalf.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up first and 10. To throw is Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing again on second down. Breeze. This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So a very tight first half, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So let's glance at a player spotlight now with Russell Wilson. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, DeMario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Wilson now from the gun, he'll throw. Short throw to Disley. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, let's go double count right here. Double count. 27 Mike. 27 Mike. Mike 27. Check the out. Check the out. Check the out.
Now it's Wilson. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, alert. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check. 43.
Throwing is Wilson. That's complete. It's Gordon. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down.
47. Stop your whining. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints will have the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now Breeze finding Kamara, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Okay, baby.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Now Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Jaron Reed picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And we've got a dandy here. 1-point game as we begin the 4th. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Undercrush.
Now it's Wilson. Short throw to Disley. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Check. Crunch.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the twist.
Here's Wilson operating from the gun. It's caught. Lockett. And now look at this. Big gain but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short. Field as they take it in for 6. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. To throw again on second down. Brees. It's caught. Smith. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Brees now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Brees. He throws, and he hits the slant route to Thomas. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On that quick throw, what do you think? Possibly something they saw at the line to go there?
Possibly in the game plan, and you notice they went with an empty backfield. No backs there to help with pass protection, so you have to have a counter to that because you know they're probably going to bring pressure when they see an empty backfield, so you get rid of the ball quickly. Quick drop, ball's out of the quarterback's hands, keeps it from getting hit, and they get a completion.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Brees now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook. His first touchdown of the new season as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. He's back to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Here we go.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
Throwing now is Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
It's a party now. Watch the safety creep. Shift.
Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They go with Lynch right side. Room here to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Check, 47. Watch the screen. Run left. Out.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line.
Watch the ship. Sponge. No. Gun. Under 10.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Watch safety creeping. Hey, 0. Check 9.
On third down, it's Carson. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. In position for the possible game winner, but they need to get up and spike it. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a second and goal. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. The home crowd here absolutely loves it, as they should, getting the field goal in the closing moments and likely going to get out of here with a W.
A W, celebrations all around. How about how everyone's going to leave this stadium, right? And you know something? He probably makes more money than most of the 60,000 people here, but they're all willing to buy him dinner tonight, aren't they?
Oh, they don't care. He's a man of the people right now. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to